You son of a bitch.
Ooh, that was good.
That was a good one. That should be our first. That should be one of our first votes. That would be funny. What's up, guys? We just saw the movie Trap last weekend. We absolutely loved it, and it got us on a massive M. Night Shyamalan kick. So we're here to talk about some of our favorite Shyamalan films.
Starting with the big three, kind of want to go into Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, Shyamalan movies that everybody kind of remembers and talk about.
I mean, Unbreakable is my favorite Shyamalan film.
Yeah, I mean, Sixth Sense for me, but that's just because I'm more of a horror, like, thriller person, and I know you're more, like, superhero.
I love superhero movies, and I just think his take on that genre was so awesome. And plus, that is my favorite twist, actually, from all his films. Yeah, the twist in Unbreakable is my favorite because I
thought it was The Happening when we found out that it's actually the
the trees. What's he saying that scene?
Take an interest in science.
Come on, guys, take an interest in science.
Yeah, that's a good movie to watch when you're hammered.
Yeah, that's a very good movie to watch drunk. Also, The Wicker Man. But anyways. Let's start off with...
It's your favorite twist because it was...
It's so shocking and, like, it's so, you feel it's out of nowhere because you're, like, you trust Mr. Glass throughout the movie. There's no reason for you to not trust him. And you don't think he's the one that caused the train to blow up. Like, that's wild. Like, you would never expect that to happen. Just in the way the tone of the movie was, the tone of the movie was so serious and not that over the top at all, And then for it to just have that twist of he's the villain the whole time, the comic book guy is the villain, that's crazy. Like, imagine you meet a massive comic book nerd, and he turns out to be a massive villain.
I mean, do you think that twist was as shocking as, I guess, like the end of Split? Because I remember when I saw that, I was like, damn, I had no idea that was even connected to Unbreakable.
You know what? I will say this. That one was very shocking to me, but it got ruined for me. It got the twist got the twist got spoiled for me. So it's just it can't be up. I think it's a great twist. Don't get me wrong, but I think also it's not a great twist in the story. It's a great twist for the audience and fans of him. Yeah, it's a great twist for the fans, but it's not a great twist for the story. In the same way the Unbreakable twist is. So why is The Sixth Sense your favorite Shyamalan film? I already talked about Unbreakable enough.
I think, like you said, like with Bruce Willis, I think that's like one of his best performances he's ever given, even though it's more... I think it's more subtle than Unbreakable is, but I think it's just so subdued. And
I like the Sixth Sense twist as well, but that has also been, like, overblown. It's like Empire Strikes Back with, I am your father. Like, everybody knows the twist of the Sixth Sense, But not a ton of people talk about Unbreakable in the same way. Like, Unbreakable is kind of like, not a ton of people talk about that movie, Yeah. And I love it. I think it's one of Bruce Willis's best performances. I think he's really great in it. There's so much great directing in it. I love his, what I really like? I really like how much the movie is blue, I like the blue tone. Like the color grading is blue, because that really adds a lot to the contrast of the villain in the movie, one of the villains, the Orange Man, Yeah. So it adds, like, he stands out so much more, and he shoots it so much like a comic book because of that. Because, comic books, they're drawn in a specific kind of color, and the villain is very contrasting. And so having the Orange Man in this orange jumpsuit, contrasting so much from our hero, is so like, good in my opinion. And he really feels like that Shyamalan knew what he was doing when he was making a comic book movie, because that's what he was doing. He was making his own version of a comic book story.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like, comic book movies need to be more like that now. It's like a more unique spin on the genre, where it's like, you could tell, like, that's why, like, Sam Raimi is, like, so good with the Spider-Man movies, or even, like, Doctor Strange, because he could kind of, like, put his, like, visual flair in there, and you could, like, oh, that's not, like, just a Marvel movie, that's, like, a Sam Raimi movie.
Well, and that was what I loved about Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, it had some different visual flair in there. Like, some of the shots in that movie were just really good, and it just had a different style, different feel to the movie than any other Marvel movie has. And I think that's the problem with Marvel movies, is that they've all become the same. And that's why I think Unbreakable just stands out as a superhero movie so much.
But it's like, Unbreakable, Signs, I think The Village is kind of like it's on the fence for me. I'm not really sure how I feel, but I think
I like The Village, and I like parts of it, but I understand why people don't like that movie.
Yeah.
I totally understand why people don't like that movie.
Even before Sixth Sense, he had like 2 movies like not like as known. He made Sixth Sense and Unbreakable right after that. Everybody was saying he was the next Spielberg. I think with Trapped, he kind of comes back to being the Shyamalan that like we knew like from those movies.
Definitely,
Yeah.
I would say that he's definitely going in the right direction because I like Knock at the Cabin. I didn't like the ending, but I liked how it was directed and I like how it was written. Like there was some weird dialogue for sure in the movie, but it was I think it was really well executed overall.
Yeah, that's
like,
just been how his like movies have been like in the last like a couple decades.
Yeah,
it's like the dialogues are just a
he
little
just
off.
needs someone else to write the dialogue for him, I feel like. But I feel like he's too big of a director, you know, in a way.
In his career, like when he was at like an all-time low, he like still came back swinging. He came back with The Visit, and he financed that. He financed Split, and then Glass. I don't know if he financed Old. I think that was like a different studio. I know Warner Brothers did Trapped, and then
Yeah, I think I think Knock at the Cabin was Universal. I think.
Yeah, I don't think he financed them himself.
No, I don't think he not financed Knock at the Cabin or Old, but I know, and I know for a fact he didn't finance Trap because Warner Brothers did it because they signed a deal with him to do movies with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I just think like he kind of set aside his ego to be like, hey, like I don't want to just lose my creative vision. Maybe it is. He's like, I want to make what I want to make, and that could be the thing too. Like I'm gonna write what I want to write, and then. You know, I don't care like how it is. It's gonna be me.
Anyways, guys, really enjoyed the movie overall. Obviously, we have our criticisms. You know, not a perfect movie by any means, but if you want to go see good original movies, go see the movie Trap.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta support more original content, original filmmakers in general. I know Shyamalan's got quite like a following already, quite a career. But I mean, you have to go out and see. More filmmakers that just make things like Fall Guy. I'm surprised that bombed, and I'm surprised that Furiosa bombed because I mean very great filmmakers backing them and great actors and just performances in general. But it's just that people are so hyper focused on Marvel and DC, and like don't get me wrong, we love Marvel and DC, but it's just like I mean we love film in general.
Anyways, guys, go see this movie because. It's important to support these kind of movies, and it's important to support your local theater.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video.
See ya.
Peace.